civilization restarts. Like and subscribe, watch till the end, and let's get started. Guys, alright, so welcome back. We're going to start where are we gonna start? We're gonna start in Africa this time. Down here in the south. Where these guys finally have their final straw, kind of. Basically, they can't afford this land anymore. They can't afford to keep it under their control. So they finally give it all up, and it is now officially uncolonized. That is alongside these blue team ports, because the blue team doesn't actually care about the ports here. They just want to, show power to these guys. So they also get rid of their ports, as it's not really useful to them anymore. Um, yeah, that's gonna hurt because that had a lot of natural resources that could have potentially helped pay them, helped like make enough profit to keep that land available and even to reinvest in the rest of the land. But they just don't have the money to harvest those resources, and they also, since they've been shut off from the rest of the world due to the blue team, they can't ask for loans from anyone. Their citizens used to be pretty rich, but they're all now pretty poor because all the money's been looted, and the ones who are rich kind of just like either betrayed them and signed treaties with the blue team, or like helped the blue team and betrayed them, or they just fled to any other part of the world. But now that's out of the way. We're gonna continue over here, where the Mughals, they're going to continue expanding, especially since they now know about the rest of the world, and the rest of the world knows about them. Knows about them does not mean acknowledge them, though. Many countries really, really do not care. However, some Mughal troops are now plotting because they just realized something. So as they go scout out locations, they end up here, Bengal or Achamed. I forgot what I called it. But if you remember, these guys don't want to be known by the rest of the world. No one really knows they exist. Even the blue team was like right there. They've even like started using some propaganda to urge people here to encourage the blue team to expand down this way instead of up here. And these states now having been recognized means the blue team can't really easily expand up north, so they thought they were safe. However, these troops ending up in here, they're forced to make a deal. Don't tell your leader about our existence, we'll help supply you. And the military general says yes. And in exchange, the supply for a potential military coup is also yeah, they're getting supplied now. Um Quickly the military returns, however, you're gonna have to wait later into the episode to see what ends up happening over there. Meanwhile, due to the princess' many adventures, the king quickly expands into here. Now, that is because the prince loves these lands. I'm sick while recording this, so you should subscribe. Help cure my sickness. But yeah, the king, he wants all these lands under his control too, because the prince also found a lot of natural resources. So that's gonna be very useful, including gold. Gold is extremely useful. Meanwhile, the military quickly starts bringing up propaganda to make sure that the king does not expand over here. This is against the prince, who says the king should expand over here. Now, we're actually going to move on to an old location. We're going to be moving on back to Asia, where the Japanese betrayed their old allies over here, and the Tokyo Republic, they're the Sultanate of Tokyo. They're going to invade Korea, and they're quickly going to seize a lot of the land. And it's going to be very surprising. What? Why do you color in the entire thing? It's going to be pretty surprising to the Manchurians. However, you know what isn't surprising? What is even more surprising? An invasion of the capital. No one has done this ever to the Manchurians, ever, especially by sea, because their naval fleet in Asia is probably the one of, if not the best. I They would only be rivaled by the Shanghai. However, they're completely embarrassed, and people are now saying Japan might be the best in an effort to kind of make Japan Tokyo Republic, same thing. I mean the same thing. Um, in an effort to make them kind of peace treaty, they retreat troops from here. However, it's not enough, as the Japanese quickly kill the king, and as the prince takes over, he's also killed by the military general, who quickly takes control, not entrusting the royal family, and the royal family is exiled to this kingdom. The Japanese troops, meanwhile, do not stop, and as the military general tries to begin solidifying his power, Japan solidifies their front, and they make one united front. Now, this is pretty bad. for these guys. You know what's worse? Rebellions. And they just had a pretty big one. This entire country thing, this entire country thing, everyone in the outskirts mostly, are going to both completely rebel. And yeah, these rebellions are together but not together. Like both of these guys want different things, but they're fighting together because they both want independence. Um, the Japanese quickly begin helping these rebels and invade this place, capturing that. As these guys quickly begin falling now. Meanwhile, these guys who are kind of these two royal families were very good friends. That's why they got help. But these guys are pretty mad that their royal family friends got destroyed, so they launched their own little incursion, little thing. However, that's repelled. And then one more rebel thing. The rebels in the north, through mostly incursions, they're gonna actually be able to get into the mainland, which is good. Which is good because up here it's pretty frozen. The rest of the country is going to quickly collapse under Tokian control. Now we're gonna take a look at this peace treaty, my favorite part of the series, peace treaty. All right. Um, first, I'm gonna need you all to scroll down there and hit that subscribe button because we upload every 2 days, 3 days, every third day we upload. So nice and consistent upload schedule. But more importantly, we are at 790 subscribers. We're trying to get to 800, and it would be a pretty nice thing to hit 800. So yeah, if you want to help us with that and you're enjoying the Civilization Restart series, please make sure to like and subscribe. Back over here. So these guys, they're going to be like that. That looks horrible, horrible. But they're the ones that made the borders, I guess technically. They took over these lands. This looked better when it was all Japanese. Okay, either way, they're gonna capture that. The Japanese, they're going to take everything that they got under their control. They're going to take for their control. Well, mostly everything. Maybe a few concessions here and there, but mostly everything is going to go under Japanese control. These two parts are going to be direct Japanese control. Um, actually, I might actually extend this. This one seems like something that is extendable. Yeah, that looks better. And then same over here. This would probably also be under Japanese control for the most part. Yeah, that looks better. So this is all under actual Japanese control. Maybe I will actually undo that a little bit. That kind of looks really bad. Okay, this is Japanese control, right? What else? Okay, so not all of this is Japanese though. Remember that. These guys are actually going to get a really large chunk of land, more than than they conquered, because that's an exchange for all this land being uncolonized. That is because the Japanese have a deal with the people who owned the land before colonization. Most of them have died, but a little bit of them still live. So they get that land back. In exchange, the Japanese get their loyalty. So I guess I could leave them like this, and that would be realistic because that's what's happening there. They're not a state, but they're a state because of the Japanese. However, that looks confusing, and I'm not going to do that. Um, yeah. The rest of this thing is going to be turned into a Manchurian puppet of the Tokians, which that's not going to be very good for Shanghai because now the Japanese are right there, and that is not good, not good. Um, Japan is going to annex this place right here, all the way down till there. Yeah, looks better. Actually, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We're going to give the Japanese one last final thing, just like right. Nope, right there. Yeah, there we go. Next thing on our list, what to do with Korea and, well, whatever these guys are gonna call themselves. Well, okay, Korea's easy. We just give them the old Korean color. Is anyone using pink? Yes, Sri Lanka. Okay, that's fine. We'll just make a different shade of pink. That looks nice, and that's what the Koreans are gonna get. They're gonna get that pink. That with the Koreans, that's the wrong Korean. That Korean. They're going to get that color of pink. We'll pick a different color of pink for these guys just because it's more convenient. Shows that unity. These guys, their capital is going to be pretty unpopulated. Same with these guys actually, but more populated than them. These guys are definitely stronger. And that is the end of Manchuria. Now, these guys actually demand the Japanese turnover of this land because they say that this land has an ethnic population of these guys, which is true. However, it was Manchurian land before, and Japan, in the peace treaty, the military general concedes all Manchurian land to Japan for whatever they want to do with it. So that's a little border dispute, but probably in the next few episodes that will be solved. Probably not this episode. You know what is going to be solved this episode? Further, further colonization of the Malaysian island thing that I don't know the name of. That looks horrible. Just like that. Yes, that looks better. So the Indonesians, they're gonna quickly grab up all of that, and then the blue team's gonna grab everything else with the exception of some lands for the Malaysians, obviously. And there we go. There we go. So blue team's Malaysia is looking a lot stronger, and eventually they're going to sell this land too, just because it's not really useful to them anymore. And they're actually going to purchase this. See, these guys are very economically tied together. Anyway, the purchase of that is also going to lead to probably a border probably the borders getting redrawn, just because that looks horrible. But that's for a later day. Firstly, let's erase this. That doesn't look that bad actually, but we're still going to redraw the border a little bit. Mm, mm, Actually no, I think the blue team should just lose this. Without make it look better. Make it look better. There we go. So the blue team, they're gonna lose that. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then next, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. And okay, that's it. Now, so obviously this is a little Malaysian ripoff, obviously, but their name isn't Malaysia because the Singaporean thing has control over that island. Now this thing is coexistent. These two, this entire island borders basically don't exist in this entire region because all these guys are so interlinked. So a lot of tribes like moving around is going to be the reason for a lot of these redrawn borders, but also just to make it look better. Obviously, that's the non-canon thing. Like that's the real life reason. And okay, I like that. I like how that looks more. This part could definitely be sharpened up, but that's for a different time. So yeah, that's the border now. Just a little thing. I would probably sell this if I was Malaysia because this is a good like bay, especially for these guys. But they have that, so it's okay. Back over here, the blue team is gonna do the final blow to South Africa, and that's going to be the invasion of South Africa. Quickly, blue team invades, captures the capital, which leads to the rest of the country almost immediately just getting wiped out. I don't even know what you expected. They don't even have the money to hire their military. They had to disband their military, actually. Blue team is not going to keep them alive or even annex their land. They're going to actually leave completely from South Africa. South Africa was so close to having a country there, but no. Now the southernmost point that has been colonized in the entire world is still belongs to the blue team, but like right there. Um, that's I guess sad depending on how you look at it. I wouldn't say it's sad. I'd say it's amazing because this place makes the thumbnail so much harder to make. Anyway, other than that though, that might be a majority of the reason why I killed this country off, but it's okay. So yeah, with that, how long has this video been? 18 minutes. So we'll do one more war and then we're gonna end it off. And I think that's going to be the military coup. That's gonna happen right now. So quickly, the military invades. And in the invasion, the capital falls and the king is oofed. And as the prince, the king flees. He's not oofed. But the prince, he wants to go down here very, very badly. So he does a little alt invasion. I'm going to color his invasion white. So in these newly controlled territories, the prince is going to have control. And now the king's going to, just because he has no more supporters, he's just going to step down as the military quickly rolls through and reaches the prince's lands right here. Here, some more fighting is going to take place, but eventually, the prince is now crowned prince. The king recognizes him, and so that means this is royal land again. Um, Kind of confusing, I know, but the military is actually going to, under his control, be pushed back, very, very far back, all the way to here, where now the prince has solidified control, and a little stalemate is going to happen, and you're going to have to wait till later episodes to find out what happens there. So you should subscribe so you don't miss those episodes. So, little ceasefire. Yeah, just a little ceasefire right. Nope. Little ceasefire right here. Yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe.